Hi, Dr. Patrick Cohn with Peak Performance Sports at peaksports.com here. I'm back with another sports psychology case study, which we're calling Mindset for Sports Case Studies. And today, you're going to learn how focusing too much on mistakes can slow you down on the football field. So today's session is about an athlete that came to work with me last year. We'll call him Mike. Mike is a college football player and he plays defensive back. And it was a relatively new position for him. So he was struggling a little bit with his decision making and also worrying about making mistakes. So one of the reasons that athletes worry about making mistakes often is because they don't want to disappoint others, or they don't want to embarrass themselves, or they don't want to sit the bench. I mean, there's numerous reasons, but sometimes athletes will come to me and say, you know what, I'm trying too hard to avoid mistakes, and it's causing me to hesitate, and it's causing me to slow down my performance. So what exactly were the challenges that Mike was having with his performance? Well, specifically, he was hesitating and playing cautiously in games. So what were some of the mental game tactics that I used to help Mike improve his performance on the field? Well, one of the things that we talked about with Mike is that he has to trust in his skills and be able to be more decisive on the field. But in order to trust in his skills, he had to learn to let go of the fear of disappointing a coach or the fear of retribution from his teammates or ridicule from his teammates if he was to make a mistake. So the big thing that I worked on with Mike was to really let go of what others are thinking about his performance so he could trust in his skills. The other challenge that Mike was having was the fact that he wasn't being decisive out there. He was paralyzing himself with this fear of making mistakes. When athletes do that, they tend to try and figure out what's the best play possible. Do I cover the pass? Do I cover the run? What type of play is this? So they tend to second guess themselves a lot. So one of the things that I did with Mike in this case was to help him just react and be more decisive with his skills. And that's extremely important in reactive sports or fast-moving sports like hockey or football, for example, where you just got to go with your instincts, go with your first instincts and react. And that's some of the things that I did to help Mike improve his performance. Well, what ultimately happened to Mike's performance? Well, in the end, Mike learned to react quickly on the field and be more decisive in his decision making. And he wrote to me to tell me that he made all conference and all American list in his division. So in conclusion, for the wrap up, if you fear making mistakes, for example, and you have to understand, why am I fearing mistakes? What's the underlying reason that I'm paralyzing myself and I'm second guessing all my decisions? And there's many for athletes in this case. For example, there's the fear of embarrassment, there's the fear of letting down teammates, there's the fear of just losing the game, and the fear of not meeting others' expectations. And that was the big challenge with Mike, is he feared that he wasn't going to meet the expectations of teammates and coaches and people who were watching the game. I hope that's helpful. Good luck with your game. Hey, if you're not performing as well in competition as you do in practice, then you might need mental coaching. To find out more about mental coaching, click on the link on the bottom of this video. You'll be taken to our one-on-one mental training programs, and you can read more about the process. In addition, we offer a free 15-minute introductory session to learn more about the mental training process, and you can take advantage of that if you're interested in doing one-on-one mental training. Now, before you leave, please subscribe to my videos, and we've also teed up another video for you that you can watch. Thanks for watching Sessions with Doc, and I'll see you next week.